everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're gonna be talking about gold. How much of that do you get per month for free? Obviously, you could go spend, but we're not gonna be talking about that. At the end of this video, if it has been helpful, please consider hammering down that like button. And we're doing a subathon to try to get past 1,000 subscribers. So if this has been helpful by the end of the video, please consider subscribing. All right, let's jump in. There are a lot of uses for gold in the game. One, you could obviously buy these monster offers when they get to be 7,000 gold, or the little bit cheaper ones. You know, this, you could buy gold. Certainly we showed at the beginning of the video one way to do it, or you could buy variants. Those are the main uses. Besides, also, don't forget, you could refresh to get these credits. You could refresh to get more missions if you're trying to get more credits. So there are a lot of uses for gold, and they're really critical, I think, mainly for deciding whether you want to get these sort of bundles. So it really becomes very important about how much you get. So let's take a look at exactly what you get. Of course, as always, I've got a spreadsheet. Similar to these other per month videos, I'm going to show the different ways you could potentially get gold. Gold's a little bit easier than the other ones because there's only a couple ways to get it. First, the weekly challenge. That's this section here, where you've got these little orbs that you can get gold. Not a lot, but you can get gold for each one of these sections. I think it caps off at the 25 at a whopping 100 gold. So for the total weekly missions, every week you can get 200. It's the 10, 15, 25, 50, and 100. So that gives you about 29 per day and 860 per month. The next one is the season pass, and this is only for free. In our season pass, you can come in here and you can see certain ones. I'm past a certain point, but this one is not free. So I'm not going to count that one, but at some point, here you go, you get some for free. What are those totals? And of course, I have a season pass spreadsheet as well. The free totals, they end up being 300 gold. We'll get into the 900 gold you get for spending the money on the season pass, because I do recommend, if you're playing this game at all, I think the season pass is always a must buy. The way I look at it, it's a hobby, 10 bucks a month. That's not too bad. So the total is 300. I basically say per month. The way this kind of shakes out here, you can see it's like I just put in that amount, and then I put in that divided by 30 for the per day, and then that times 7, and I mean, it's not, and then times 4.3. Look, I know that the seasons aren't exactly 30 days, but roll with me a little bit. It gets you sort of close. Then there's literally nothing else on these other sections that you can really get for gold. There is the collection track averages. And what that means is normally what I call collection track guarantees, which is something like credits, and really that's the only thing you can guarantee, because even boosters, they're RNG once you open them, and the reserves are RNG as well, or caches if you're at that section. So the guarantees would be if it's on the track, but we're talking the collection track averages. So what that means is whatever you get from these reserves or boxes or caches, whatever you've got on your collection ladder, it changes to reserves after collection level 1006. The rates for these averages are as shown on this graphic that is made from Marvel Snap Zone. Again, it's a little bit different when you're talking about collection level underneath 1006, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to talk about that. Also note that there are the season cash averages as well. We're going to kind of touch on that a little bit. It does factor in later. So here we've got a couple little math sections that we've got for the sub 1006, or really 506 through 994, and then the 1006 plus collection level. So the chance for 200 gold, according to that graphic, is 10%. And it's basically the 25% chance times the 40. And if I lost you there, it's because there's a chance for 1, 2, 3, 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25%. And then within this currency reserve, you've got a 40% chance within that 25% chance to get 200 gold. And that is where you get your 10%. So then how many boxes does it take to get 200 gold? 100% divided by 10 is 10 boxes. How many collection levels does it take to get a cache? 12. So then how many collection levels does it take until you get gold? Well, it is that specific 12 times 10, and that's 120. Now, I've got another spreadsheet, of course, that sort of totals how many collection levels you get per week, and we'll get more into this in a separate video. It's 125 is a summation of it. So you can expect to get about one of these 200 gold rewards every week. So when we come back over here, we're looking at the collection track averages. Hopefully I didn't lose you there. Per week, we plug in the 200, and then you can do some math to do per day and per month. So then we get our total, 2021 gold per month. And I should have said this at the front end of the video. If you see any math in this that is off, something I've missed, please tell me. I'll redo the video. I'll reshoot it so that we get the proper info out there. But I have talked to some folks. I've run through this. I think I got it, but you know what? I am a human being. I'm easily making errors. So a total of 2021 gold. That is per month. That is not a lot. So what other ways can we get gold? Now, this is the free part. So again, we talked about the season pass before. There is ways to get some additional gold here. You could go through here and do different percentages based on how far you might get. I have to admit what I did here, and again, this is because there's not a lot of gold gained here. What I did is there were a couple different times where I went a little bit further and got some more gold in the free section. So it was like, okay, I got 820, I got 600, which is a little bit more than the 300. So from those personal experiences, you know, I went to level 83, I went to 96, so I gained about 370 or 520. So, you know, you're talking anywhere around 400 extra gold that you could get there, depending how much you want to grind. Obviously, it could be higher. It's RNG. You never know. You decide how much you want to factor in here, but this gives you a rough idea of how much more. Again, this isn't moving the dial a lot, so stuff like this I don't like to spend a lot of time on. Now, there's potential ways to get more gold through either money or progress. First, let's talk money. There's the season pass again. So we're on the season pass, and again, this gold is not free. There's a number of those on the season pass that, again, you could pay $10 to get. As I mentioned earlier, how much of that do you get through spending money? It's 900 gold. So you could, for $10 a month, add 900 gold to your 2000, which if you want, that gets you about one of these per month. And they've got those out there. And that's sort of why I think they're priced at that 2,900 mark, because it's like, well, they should be getting, they being the player, should get 2,000 from just playing. Then if they want to do the season pass, they get another 900. That's what's getting you this. And that's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. You could get something like this a month. And we'll do offer videos and planned videos when we get data mines from any of the offers coming, so that you can go, well, you know what? That's the offer that I want to save for. But what about something like this? What about Frog? All right, let's keep looking at how much more gold we can get. So we're up to about, 29, depending what you're doing here, 3,300 gold if you want. Now there's another 500 gold you can get here for climbing ranks, but this is not guaranteed either. It's technically free to play, but it's not guaranteed. And that's from your rank. So when you come in here, if you can get to rank 90, that means you can get another 500 gold. It is a big amount of gold. I wish it was a little bit easier for some people, but I know that it can be challenging. And I've talked to many people who will get stuck in 40, 50, 60, and they just have a hard time getting much further. So I didn't want to necessarily factor that in how much you get per month, but it is something to consider. So free to play, you're talking about 2,000, 2,400 maybe. That's not a lot. You're not getting that 2,900 gold offer at all. You can get the Token Tuesdays, which is super helpful. But if you want to spend 10 bucks a month, that's going to get you those Dan Hip type offers. If you can get to rank 90, that's going to get you a little bit more. Again, Token Tuesday type stuff. It is not going to get you the Throg offers, unfortunately. I mean, if you look at it, 2,000, that's a 7,000. That's 4 months of savings. I mean, quick math, we'll do another technical video on that in the future, but that's the quick math on it. But this is the gold. That's how much you get per month. You got a couple mechanisms to get a little bit more or spend a bunch of money. Without spending money on actual gold in game or buying an offer that has gold, I mean, we're really only talking about 24, 29, 3,000 is 800 gold. It's per month. It's not a lot. So otherwise, you're spending money. And that's where games like this make their money. They do need to make money. It's not free to make. It is free to play. So I don't have a problem with them doing stuff like this, but your gold is so important. Think about where you want to spend it, because you do not get a lot of it. It is really important to look at the offers that are coming up. Know the value of those offers. I try to do videos for this all the time. I'll do the ones that sort of see the data mines, and then I'll come back and touch them again later. I've got a spreadsheet, and eventually I'll get a version that is going to be public. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So stay tuned. Again, like I mentioned, if this video has been helpful for you at all, please consider hammering down that like button. Share with your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews as we try to do this subathon to try to get to 1,000 subscribers. Very much appreciate it. And let me know if I did miss anything. I'd love to improve on this specific spreadsheet if I miss something or any content in general. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.